You'd think that after a few millennia of hanging out with dogs, we humans would have this training thing down to a science, right? Not at all. We often end up teaching them the exact opposite of what we intended, and then wonder why our pup is acting like he's auditioning for the lead role in The Dogfather. Thankfully though, our four-legged pals are pretty forgiving. So even if your dog training skills make a tomato look genius, it's usually not the end of the world. But there are definitely some things you need to avoid teaching your dog completely. And in this video, we bring to you 5 things you must never teach your Shih Tzu. Let's get started. Number 1, repeating commands. You know that thing when you're trying to get Fido to sit, and you end up sounding like a broken record? Sit, sit, sit! Yeah, that's called command nagging. It's like telling your Shih Tzu they've got all the time in the world to obey because you'll just keep repeating yourself until they do. It's kind of like giving them a free pass to ignore you. So next time, try saying the cue just once. If your pup is too busy sniffing out the neighbor's barbecue and isn't paying attention, maybe hold off on the command. You don't want him thinking it's okay to play chicken with traffic because he expects 5 rounds of cum before he has to listen. Number 2, teaching them to jump. This one is specifically for Shih Tzu puppies. Jumping messes with your puppy's body, specifically their growth plates. Growth plates are the places on a dog's skeleton where its bones grow and develop. In puppyhood, growth plates are soft, flexible, and prone to damage. By the time a pup is about 12 months old, their growth plates are usually fully fused and sturdier than they were when the dog was younger. Landing from large jumps on flexible growth plates can be extremely damaging to your Shih Tzu's skeletal system and long-term growth. Even if you are planning on raising an agility all-star, there are ways to help your puppy develop agility skills that do not involve the dangers of jumping as a young dog. Number 3, teaching them to be aggressive. Shih Tzu are typically the life of the party, always ready to mingle. But just like any other pup, they can turn into tiny furballs of fury if not trained right. If you're thinking of turning your Shih Tzu into a WWE wrestler with rough play, think again. It's all fun and games until Fido starts biting more than his chew toy. So it's better to nip the aggressive behavior in the bud and train them properly. Note though that sometimes you might be doing it unknowingly. That's why it's important to take note of your Shih Tzu's reaction to different actions you make. Remember, consistency is key. Train them with treats and praises for good behavior. And soon enough, they'll be trading their growls for tail wags. Number 4, creating negative associations. One of the prevalent obstacles in dog training is the inadvertent poisoning of cues. This occurs when a cue or behavior unintentionally becomes linked with an experience that your dog perceives as negative, causing them to disregard it. For instance, if the command come is correlated with undesirable events such as bath time or vet visits, your dog will likely stop responding to it. To prevent this, avoid using specific cues associated with activities your dog dislikes during initial training stages. Once your dog has become accustomed to these cues and they have become habitual, you might be able to use them without negatively affecting their response. Number 5, teaching them to beg. This one is pretty much self-explanatory. Teaching a Shih Tzu to beg may seem cute and endearing, but it's a behavior that can lead to various issues if not approached carefully. Begging is often associated with mealtime, and it's crucial to establish boundaries to prevent overindulgence. Feeding your Shih Tzu from the table or while they're begging can lead to obesity and unhealthy eating habits. Instead, maintain a consistent feeding schedule and use designated feeding areas to avoid reinforcing begging behavior. The bottom line is, teaching your Shih Tzu involves understanding a lot of things. But with the proper dedication and consistency, you'll raise an obedient and loving dog. Watch the video on screen right now to know about 5 things you must never do to your Shih Tzu. And remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one.